What kind of man learns that the mother of his child is in the hospital, in labor, in agony, possibly fighting for her life, and says, "Nah, I'm not going"? Think that sounds extreme? Think again. While Erica Mena was gasping for breath, clutching her stomach as nurses scrambled around her shouting, "We're losing her!" the man who helped bring that baby into existence was nowhere to be found. Nope, he was busy flexing in gym selfies like his world wasn't crumbling elsewhere. This isn't just careless, it's cold. We're talking about Mendeecees Harris, the same man who once denied a 99.9% DNA test, brushed off hospital records as fake, and treats the word accountability like it's a trendy hashtag, not a life principle. Now, Erica lies in a hospital bed, her baby on the way, her health hanging by a thread. And Mendeecees? He vanished, didn't show, didn't call, didn't care, and we're left asking, was this neglect or something darker? Because what went down in that delivery room wasn't just drama, it was a masterclass in emotional abandonment. Strap in. We're about to uncover one of the coldest moments reality TV has ever seen. Let's not water it down. Erica was strapped to machines, screaming through contractions, her body pushed to the brink. And meanwhile, the man who built his whole TV persona around being a changed man, a loyal husband, a family-first father, was actively avoiding every call. This wasn't just missing a notification. He blocked numbers, ignored texts, and sent one final message that hit like a slap. "She'll be fine. I'm not getting dragged into more drama." Dragged? Sir, the only thing getting dragged here is your entire reputation. From Instagram to Twitter, every timeline's on fire. And this is the same Mendeecees who cried in therapy, who wore the changed man badge like a crown. But when it really counted, when showing up meant everything, he ghosted. And let's be real, this didn't start in that hospital bed. The signs were there. When Erica announced her pregnancy, there was no celebration, just a vague caption. Sometimes the truth shows up, even when he doesn't. No tags, no partner, just breadcrumbs, and fans, ever the detectives, followed the trail. The dates, the locations, the side eyes in old clips, and every arrow pointed to Mendeecees. Yes, that Mendeecees, the one publicly married to Yandy Smith, the one who claimed to have turned a new leaf. Turns out, maybe that redemption arc was just another role. Mendeecees Harris has sat in countless love and hip-hop sessions preaching growth and self-reflection, telling the world he was working on himself. Well, boss, the work was clearly unfinished, because when the truth started showing up, it wasn't whispers, it was receipts. Like Amazon Prime Day level receipts, DNA test, screenshots, a full-body photo of Mendeecees shirtless in Erica's bed, 3 weeks before the DNA results dropped. And what did he say when the walls closed in? Did he admit the truth? Own his actions like a man? Not even close. He replied, and I quote, "Anybody can fake a paternity test. I didn't sign anything. I need my own results." So now, we're faking babies, faking DNA clinics, faking screenshots. Make it make sense, Mendeecees, or better yet, don't. Because the truth wasn't hiding. It was standing in broad daylight. Just like he was, ducking responsibility like it was a bad scene from a reality TV script. Fast forward to the courtroom. Erica wasn't just filing for child support. This wasn't about money. She was demanding a judge force Mendeecees to acknowledge paternity and silence his team from spreading fake documents. But what happened inside that courtroom took everything to a darker level. Mendeecees strolled in late, sunglasses on, stone-faced. And just as Erica's lawyer presented the final receipts, everything fell apart. Erica collapsed, right there in court. People screamed. Security rushed in. Paramedics bolted to her side. She was having contractions. She wasn't due for weeks. But the stress triggered early labor. And Mendeecees? He didn't run to her. He didn't ask if she was okay. He didn't move. Witnesses say he just sat there, emotionless, silent. Even the judge looked shaken. Yandy? Nowhere in sight. And the internet? It erupted. Hashtags blazed. Born into betrayal. Justice for Erica. The whole timeline was on fire. But just when it seemed it couldn't get any worse, it did. Once Erica was rushed to the hospital, her team made 6 separate attempts to contact Mendeecees. They texted, they called, they even reached out through his sister, hoping someone would get through. She's in labor. It's serious. She's asking for you. And what did he say? According to a source close to his camp, Mendeecees replied, "Let her have her moment. I'm not playing into this setup." Setup? The woman was literally in a hospital bed, contractions 2 minutes apart, crying out for the man who promised to be there. And he's calling it a setup? That's not cold. That's Arctic tundra energy, and it still doesn't end there. While Erica was writhing in pain, doctors fighting to stabilize her vitals, her baby arriving too soon, guess where Mendeecees was? On Instagram Live, cracking jokes, while Erica Mina battled contractions alone. Mendeecees Harris was online, casually sipping from a plastic cup, chatting about sneakers and studio sessions. You heard that right. As his child fought to enter the world, he was on Instagram Live, seemingly unbothered. One fan even commented, "Bro, your baby's being born right now and you're talking about Jordans?" The comment section erupted. Viewers dragged him across the feed, demanding answers. And when someone finally mentioned Erica's emergency, the live stream cut off instantly. Coincidence? Not likely. Meanwhile, inside the hospital, things were unraveling. Erica, sobbing, turned to a nurse and whispered, "Is he really not coming? He said he would. He said we'd do this together." The nurse couldn't keep it together. She gripped Erica's hand and said, "You're stronger than you know. Your baby is lucky to have you. Let that sink in." While the world begged Mendeecees to show up, he chose silence. While a woman who carried his child endured heartbreak, betrayal, depression, and public humiliation, he couldn't even walk through the door. And just when hope started to fade, something strange happened. Around 3 a.m., security cameras spotted a man in a hoodie pacing outside the maternity ward. Hood pulled low, face hidden, didn't go inside. Staff suspected it was Mendeecees, but when they approached, the man turned and vanished into the night. Couldn't even step inside. But boss, this is where it gets even more brutal, where Erica's life literally hangs in the balance, and Mendeecees' public image burns to ash. At 3:45 a.m., Erica's vitals spiked. Blood pressure skyrocketed. Heart rate became unstable. Doctors had no choice. They called for an emergency C-section. This wasn't just about delivering a baby anymore. This was about saving Erica's life. And Mendeecees? Not in the building, not in the waiting room, not even on the phone. He reportedly told someone in his circle, "If something really goes wrong, they'll call me. I ain't trying to be blamed if she loses it." If she loses it, that's how he described a woman nearly dying. This wasn't a TV fight. This was life and death. Inside that cold, sterile operating room, Erica trembled. She was hyperventilating. Doctors had to sedate her. One nurse leaned close and whispered, "Just focus on breathing, Mama. You're not alone. We've got you." But, truthfully, she was alone. Her family hadn't arrived yet, her support system shattered by betrayal, and the man who promised to be there? Still ghost. At 4:16 a.m., her baby girl was born, healthy, breathing, crying, a miracle. But Erica didn't wake up right away. She'd lost too much blood. Her lungs were struggling. For 20 agonizing minutes, doctors worked frantically to stabilize her. A nurse later said it felt like she was holding on just long enough to meet her baby. When she finally opened her eyes, the first thing she asked was, "Is he here?" The nurse had to gently shake her head, and that's when Erica broke. Cradling. Her newborn, tears streaming down her cheeks, she whispered, "I brought you into this world alone. But I promise you'll never feel that emptiness again." And Mendeecees still vanished, but the internet? It was lit. Hashtags exploded. Born into silence. Mendeecees vis reality. Justice for Erica, even celebrities began weighing in. One R&B icon tweeted, "You can deny a woman, but denying a newborn? Nah, that's evil energy." And then, Yandy, who'd been silent for weeks, finally posted, Yandy broke her silence with a cryptic post. There's strength in showing up. That's all I'll say. The internet lit up. Fans swarmed her comments with love, confusion, and speculation. One top comment read, "Sis, just say you're done. You don't owe anyone anything." Because here's the truth. Silence says a lot when it's aimed at a man who ghosted the birth of his own child. But the real emotional bomb? That came hours later. Erica finally posted from the hospital. No filters, no makeup. Just a mother, raw and real, holding her newborn, her eyes swollen, her voice shaking. To the one who didn't show up, she doesn't need you. To those who prayed, we made it. She's here, I'm still here, and we're stronger than ever. It went viral in just 18 minutes. Every blog, every fan page, every gossip site reposted it. Even Love and Hip Hop's official page shared it with nothing but a heart emoji. But what really set the internet ablaze? A leaked voice note, allegedly from Mendeecees himself. In it, he tells a friend, "Man, I knew she was gonna pull some stunt at the hospital. That's why I ain't go. I don't trust no cameras, no setups. That baby good? She fine. Ain't nobody catching me slipping on TV." Let that sink in. He didn't skip the birth out of fear, not out of scheduling, not out of misunderstanding. He didn't show up because he didn't want to be caught on camera, not safety, not support, just ego, just image control. The backlash was instant and furious. Fans flooded VH1's mentions, demanding Mendeecees be removed from Love and Hip Hop. A petition titled, "Remove Him, Ghosting Your Own Child Isn't Entertainment," hit 75,000 signatures within a single day. But it didn't stop there. An anonymous hospital worker leaked a log, an official message record, showing that Mendeecees had been notified of the emergency. He got the message. He saw the calls. He simply chose not to respond. And just when the dust seemed to settle, the final twist arrived like a dagger. A security photo leaked. Taken from the hospital's parking lot, it showed a man, hood pulled up, face half hidden, standing outside the NICU wing. Looking in through the glass, then turning around and walking away. No need for a name. Everyone knew who it was. Erica reposted the image to her story. No words, just a broken heart emoji. Then her next post came, a short, soft video. Her newborn, resting on her chest. A lullaby playing in the background. Erica's voice barely a whisper. Some babies come into the world surrounded by love, even if that love doesn't come from where we expected. Some people come into our lives to teach us what love truly means. Others come to show us what it feels like to be left behind. The internet exploded. Comments poured in non-stop. She didn't deserve this. This baby's going to grow, up seeing everything. He's not just a ghost. He's a ghost who never showed up. Meanwhile, Mendeecees stayed silent. His Instagram, comments limited. Stories, deleted, DMs, off. But the damage? It was done. Because this story wasn't just about cheating anymore. It wasn't about DNA tests or side chicks or leaked voice notes. This was about a newborn child. And a man who chose denial over responsibility. And boss, the fallout? It was only just beginning. Soon Erica's legal team stepped in. And what followed was uglier than anything Love and Hip Hop had ever shown. By now, the world had witnessed it all. A mother fighting for her life. A healthy baby born into chaos. A father who refused to even step through hospital doors. But what came next wasn't just heartbreaking. It was legal, brutal, career-ending. Less than 48 hours after Erica's release, her attorney, the same one who stayed quiet during months of DNA drama and media slander, went on the offensive. At a press conference outside the courthouse, he laid it all bare, cold and calculated. My client nearly died bringing a child into this world, a child whose father publicly discredited her, privately ghosted her, and knowingly ignored a medical emergency. We are pursuing full legal action. This is no longer about paternity. This is about neglect, emotional distress, and defamation. And make no mistake, they had the evidence to back it all up. Journalists were stunned. Bloggers went live, capturing every moment as fans mobilized like a digital army, demanding justice under hashtags like Sue him now, and Yandy changed gang. Meanwhile, Erica recovered quietly at home, not just from childbirth, but from the deep sting of betrayal. Her legal team wasted no time. That very day, they filed a civil lawsuit, not only seeking child support and official paternity acknowledgement, but also damages for psychological trauma endured during pregnancy, slander through forged DNA documents, willful abandonment during a medical emergency, and public character assassination. But that wasn't even the wildest part. Included in the suit was a subpoena requesting all love and hip-hop production footage from the past 6 months. Why? Because, according to Erica's lawyer, Mendeecees had made confessional-style statements on camera, admitting he wasn't ready for another child, and thought Erica was bluffing just to get attention. Imagine saying that about a woman who ended up alone in emergency surgery. Inside VH1, insiders confirmed the footage exists, and producers were now scrambling to figure out what they could legally air. One staffer reportedly told a source, "This is bigger than a reunion show. This is career homicide." Meanwhile, Mendeecees was in full panic mode. Sources close to his PR team say he tried to release a soft, apologetic statement. Something like, "We all make mistakes. I never meant to hurt anyone. I just didn't feel safe with how everything was unfolding publicly." But the team shut it down immediately. One insider said, "Too little, too late. This isn't about public opinion anymore. This is about legal consequences." Even worse, brand deals began dropping faster than you can say scandal. A sneaker company quietly ended their partnership. A fitness sponsor removed every post featuring his face. A podcast appearance scheduled for the following week was canceled mid-broadcast, with the host declaring, "We don't align with men who abandon women during childbirth. Period." And then came the ultimate betrayal, from inside his own circle. A source claiming to be one of Mendeecees' longtime friends leaked a private group chat where he allegedly said, "I should have ghosted her the second she said she was late. Now I'm stuck with another L." The internet lost it. One comment summed it up perfectly. "This man just admitted his entire game plan, and y'all still think he's reformed? Reformed? Nah. Blinking monitors, emergency alarms, and a newborn gasping for her first breath, yet he still chose his ego over fatherhood. That's not a man. That's a warning sign." So now, we ask you, the ones who've been watching this heartbreaking spiral unfold, do you believe Mendeecees ever truly intended to be present for this child? Was his absence driven by fear, or just pure cowardice? Wrapped in ego? And more importantly, should VH1 cut ties with him for good? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Don't hold back. We're reading every single one. Smash that like button if you believe Erica deserves peace. Subscribe if you're tired of men hiding behind PR teams while women carry the weight. Literally. Turn on notifications, because you already know this isn't the end. More footage is coming. The reunion's not done. And Mendeecees? He might. Be silent now, but silence doesn't save you when the truth is screaming louder than ever. Stay locked in. The next twist is coming, and you won't see it coming.